How's it going? So I just finished, as you can tell by how wet the vehicle is, I just finished washing it. I've just pressure washed it, and I gave it a shot with the foam gun. Nothing really intensive, but I'm going to go over the flaws that I've been able to spot. I wanted to say this isn't my car, so if I miss something, don't hang me. So there's a paint chip on the hood here. There's the vehicle has a single stage metallic paint for the lighter areas, and I think there's a clear coat on the darker parts. But the lighter parts, there is some oxidization of the paint and a little bit of staining from the odd branch, but as you can see, it is rubbing off. I just don't want to scratch anything. So I think a bit of cut polish and a few hours with a buffer, and this thing's really going to shine. There is the odd spot on the chrome that could use a little bit of attention. The vehicle hasn't been insured and daily driven in about 18 years. It is a repaint, but it is an old repaint. So I'll show you all the areas here. There's a little bit, just the tiniest bit of surface rust right there. Obviously the nuts and bolts are, this is like pre-alloy coated, so they're a little rusty on the surfaces. All the trim is in really good shape. See here, just giving it a rinse, but no big dents or anything in any of the aluminum trim along the bottom here. More spots on the bumper. Keep in mind the age of the vehicle. All the original hubcaps are with the vehicle as well. The vinyl top needs a good scrubbing and some vinyl treatment. You can see there, I'll move it into the sun in a bit here and we'll get a bit better picture of that. You can see the paint starting to dry now, and you can see my reflection pretty well. That's a little bit of tree sap right there. This appears to be sap, I think, but it just comes off with my fingernail, so the back is, out of all the paint, what I would consider the worst. This would need a pretty aggressive polishing. There's a little bit of fisheye in the paint job, and there's a spot here, here, and here. I'm not sure what that is, but in that spot there, and there, and there, it is through to the primer. There is a scratch. It's not cracked, but there appears to be a scratch or a crack in the paint. The plastic underneath is okay. This trim here that goes along the bottom of the vinyl has been painted for some reason. It's either chrome or stainless. I'm not sure why they painted it. Maybe he just wanted the seamless transition when he had it repainted so that the top blended better with the paint job. That's what I'm thinking. So this is the interior. The interior is the worst part of the vehicle. It's all the fabrics and everything are in really good shape. There is a little bit of oxidization on the wood grain. These are either zinc or aluminum that have been chromed and then plated with wood grain, or a wood grain sticker, and some of it is flaked off a little bit. But you can see, I'll show you the door jambs and underneath the doors. They've been oiled long ago. You can see more of that here. I think that removing those and painting them would probably be the way to go. But they've been oiled, so there doesn't appear to be any rust on the bottom of the doors. The interior is going to need an extensive detailing. It has been parked for a long time. Oh yes, and there is a metal trim bit here on the inside of the glass that is showing surface rust. You can see it's particularly right there. That should probably be taken out and sanded and painted. But the roof liner, with the exception of that spot right there, and a little bit right here, is in very good shape. If you wanted to make it a show car, I would probably redo it. The carpet for the floor is also really good. It just needs a thorough vacuuming. It's shag carpet, so it really hangs on to debris. The seat buckles show a little bit of surface rust as well. The dash has a similar issue to the back trim. There is some surface rust, but this is a panel, and I believe that if you remove the dash pad, you can remove that and repaint it as well. There's more of the oxidization over there. I'm gonna fire it up for you. As you can see, it runs really well, starts nicely. Door buzzer's obviously working. Runs great. It's a beautiful color combination. The triple teal is a really nice package. With a little bit of muscle and time, I think this thing could really shine without putting a lot of money into it. But if you had a little bit of money, it's not that far from being nearly perfect. I'll show you the transmission's working well. So I'm going to shut the door here just to get rid of that buzzer. So we're in reverse. Don't want to spin the tires in the mud. Brakes work good, as you can see. Really good. A little icy here. The clock appears to be working, which I think is probably the most shocking thing. I can't test the air conditioning, unfortunately, because, well, it's cold here. It's just above freezing. It's about +4 today. Oh, I should show you the inside of the trunk, too. Sorry, trying not to die on the ice here. Is this the right key? No, this is the door key. Hold on. I think there's a button in the trunk. I'm in the glove box here. If it's anything like my Lincoln was. Yes. Or unless it's locked. Alright, well, I'll have to ask Louie for the key to the trunk. In the trunk, there are, I don't know what they're called, they're blanks, so that you can bring the body down over the tire, just to kind of give it that lower look. There's the plate from the last time it was insured. November 2004 is when it expired. I really hope this car goes to a good home. I know Louis really, he didn't want to sell it. He really doesn't. He loves this car. It's beautiful. He really wanted to get it fixed up this summer, and he was kind of looking forward to it not selling, but I've kind of encouraged him to do it. I'll move it into the sun, and we'll get another quick walk around after this. But again, I'll show you the interior. It needs a pretty serious shampooing and vacuuming. That's not part of the car. That's a hydrofoil from a boat. I don't imagine we'll be including that. Unless you plan on using this boat literally as a boat. Show you these doors too. Needs a good scrub. Those ones have been oiled as well. It does run really well, but I think I would probably put a carburetor kit in it. Or, actually what I would probably do is I would LS swap it and put it on propane to make it more affordable to run. Hopefully this answers any questions you might have had about the vehicle. 8 tracks included, obviously. I don't think I've ever even used an 8-track. Alright, I'll move it into the sun now.